What's going on, guys? Fuller here with Junior from Custom Offsets, back at it with another episode of What Fits, and we had to ditch the stools to pick up some comfy chairs because we have a lot to talk about.
So we're going to be bringing you guys the 99 to 06 and 07 classic Chevy Silverado 1500s. We're going to go over what fits on them with a leveling kit, small lift and large lift with minor plastic trimming. Let's get into it.
So if you're looking to figure out what fits on your 99 to 06 GM 1500 truck, there's a couple ways to do it, and what we've done is made this video so it's super easy for you to just watch it and figure it out. But if you want to get more details, you can always head out to customoffsets.com/gallery, and that's got over 45,000 trucks in it now, and you can see exact fitment on all those vehicles, enter in your year, make, model, and figure out the exact setup that you want to run. So that's where we get all of our data from to go into this.
So the first suspension we're going to go over is the 3.5-inch level lift that a lot of these trucks are running. Usually we just do a normal leveling kit, which is about a 2-inch. This one's a little taller. It's got control arms, bigger block in the rear, a little bit nicer. This is what a lot of the guys are running, so it's what I'm bringing to you because it's the most popular leveling kit for your GM 99 to 06, 07 Classic. And what people are running in that 3.5-inch level lift is a 10-wide -24 offset and then a 33 12.5.
And a lot of people are running a mud tire on this setup. But the reason why I think people are able to get away with something like this is because the Chevys and the GMs are so much easier to do a NorCal mod on than the other vehicles. If you don't know what a NorCal is, we do have videos on that too if you want to check it out. But basically, that's hitting the back of your fender, pushing it back so you create more space on the inside of your fender well so that wheel and tire can turn in there. And then when it comes to trimming on the front of these vehicles, it's super easy just to trim that plastic valance. And in some cases, especially like on these smaller lift kits or smaller leveling lifts, you're definitely gonna have to get into a little bit of metal trimming too on the bumper, but nothing drastic. It's something that most people could probably handle in their driveway or in their garage.
So next up is going to be the 4-inch suspension lift. And what a lot of these guys are running on this, the most popular setup is a 12-wide -44 with like a 305/50 all-terrain street tire then, which basically equates out to about a 32 by 12. If you don't know what a metric converts to in standard sizing, it's all on our website. You can go there right on the gallery. If you scroll down, you'll see breaks it down what the metric sizing is and what that equals as a normal standard measurement, so you don't have to do all the crazy math and the ratios and figure all that out. You can just look and it's out for you.
So the other half of the people that are running this wheel and tire setup are using an MT in like a 33 by 12.5, your typical size that you're going to see more often, but then they're basically just dealing with the trimming and dealing with the rubbing issues. There's even some guys out there that are really pushing the boundaries and running a 35 12.5, but then you have a ton of trimming to do and you're going to still deal with rubbing, especially like at full crank or coming in and out of driveways, and that's something that you have to decide on a personal level. Are you willing to deal with that to fit that big wheel and tire in there? I know it looks great because you stuff a huge wheel, huge tire in that small opening and it looks awesome, but you do run into some daily drivability issues. Is that a word? Daily drivability?
Issues. Issues is a word, I know that one. So next up for your 99 to 06 is the 6-inch lift, and I actually had one of these, so I have personal experience with them. There you go. So on a 6-inch lift, you are going to be running a 12-wide and then a 33, and that is still going to have a little rub at full turn, and that's with a mini NorCal on the back of the fender as well.
So a lot of people are going to see that and be like, a 6-inch lift and you can still only run 33s, but the guys are doing it on smaller lifts than that, and it's just the Chevys with their dumb square wheel wells. But there are people out there, like I kind of mentioned on the last one, if you want to step up to a 35, do a full NorCal, you can. And
it's plausible, you can do it.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of people out there doing it. That's what the gallery's for. You can come out and see everybody who's done it. If you can find 3 to 5 examples of people doing it, there's a good chance that you can fit that setup as well. It's not something that we're going to be like, yep, this is what fits, but it's something that you can do.
Yep. And
those guys just deal with a little bit of rubbing that they have, more so than obviously you'd have with the 33 because you're getting a little bit taller, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I preferred the 33 personally when I had my 6-inch lift, just because it would only rub basically full crank going in and out of driveways, and that was about it. I was debating on running the 35s because a lot of people were, but they were dealing with rubbing then, and I guess that's kind of the moral of the story with this episode is that people are running bigger wheel and tire setups and they're just dealing with the rubbing and they're doing more trimming. because on these Chevys you can do more trimming and it's easy to do, so they're just running bigger wheels and tires.
And the other thing with that setup too, so like the 6-inch lift for these 99 to 06 trucks, if you get a rough country, pretty inexpensive. You can really keep costs down by sticking with those 33s. So it's another one of those things where it's easier for people because it doesn't hurt the wallet as much and it doesn't hurt your truck as much because you're not cutting it out.
20 by 12 and a 33 with a 6-inch lift. And of course, all this is available at customoffsets.com.
Wow, was that a sales plug?
It was not.
So one thing you'll notice when we're making these videos is we're not mentioning diameters, and there's a specific reason for that, because I'd say that most common size is a 20 by 12, but the 20 doesn't really impact fitment because 20 is the diameter of your wheel. So whether you have a 20 by 12 or an 18 by 12, as long as they're the same offset and the same width, they're gonna stick out the same. The only thing that changes is your tire size, but again, it's not changing the overall diameter. If it's a 33 12 and a half, it's still a 33 12 and a half. There's just more sidewall because you have an 18 versus a 20.
We were gonna bring you guys one of our local buddies, Colton Shu, with his 06 GMC Sierra on like around a 5.7 drop.
Yeah, roughly.
With a 22 by 4.
No, 24.
24 by 14s?
24 by 14s.
And then some crazy stretch tire, but he hasn't had his truck to the gallery yet, so sorry. We are bringing you Ima_Wildboys 2001 Chevy Silverado.
Sounds like a rap name.
He is running fuel octanes in a 22 by 14 with a Nitto 420S 305 45.
So these things stick like completely outside of the truck. And what is he on for suspension? Stock suspension?
Yep.
Yeah, so no lift at all, and he's got 14 wides, negative 76 offset, and a 305 45 is basically a 33.
Almost a 33 by 12.
Yeah, super wide, super aggressive.
Pretty gnarly.
Looks great.
He has minor metal trimming and then rubs like crazy, but who cares? So that's all we got for you guys this week on What Fits. Leave a comment, let us know what we should do next. We got a bunch on the docket, but we want to hear what you guys want to see for fitment for your body style truck, your favorite body style truck, all that fun stuff.
Oh, and make sure to subscribe because we're trying to hit 200,000.
Peace. Don't do it. Don't do it. No.
Stop!
No, no!